and then exit.
You know that program Hot Ones?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I feel like I'm about to go on Hot Ones.
We did that here.
We actually did the hot one.
Yeah, I've done it. I just turned it down last week in LA. I just didn't want to go to LA.
Oh, I don't blame you on that one.
Exactly. I mean, I did it in New York like in January. The problem is that if you fly home afterwards, exactly, you're just brewing on a plane.
No, you missed the story of last week.
Oh God, last week's podcast.
This man.
No, I ate at our favorite brunch place, and there was a little bit too much of this weird oil on one of the dishes, and I ate it anyways, and then got on a plane, and I was like, I almost died. Yeah, probably your experience.
When you get older, you'll learn to partition everything around toilet breaks.
Myself.
Yeah, he literally pooped.
Were you wearing Depends?
No, it was a bad day. It was a bad day.
I just like you were about to board the plane, and you're like, oh no. Donut made a messy.
I just want to know what you did after that.
Oh,
did you turn around or did you go board the plane?
I boarded the plane.
Well,
I threw away everything.
Yeah.
Did you throw it away or did you push it in the corner?
I pushed it in the corner.
Oh, nice.
He's one of those guys.
No, the janitor was in the bathroom staring at my stall.
So he really appreciated it. You just leave.
I turned it to where he wasn't going to touch anything when he picked it up. Like I wrapped it up.
Still made this man pick it up.
You still made him pick it up. 100%, Cody.
They were screaming my name on the intercom.
And you couldn't be like,
Cody,
you were just
Garrett,
like,
board your flight. I'm
he's
like,
watching me.
Oh, my God.
I'm not a DJ, I swear to you.
I just put this right
That's
here.
the first time I did that in like 12 years.
Oh, my God.
Welcome to the Unsubscribed podcast, Bill Goldberg.
Yeah, what a great
Say
intro.
hi to Eli. It's racially ambiguous and Baddie. That guy's fucking ridiculous. Donut. That's harder to rhyme, but he's a really nice guy. Welcome to Unsubscribe.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the Unsubscribed podcast. Make sure wherever you're listening or watching, whether it's on YouTube, Castro, Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon, Podbean, Stitcher, or that's all of them. Please leave a comment, like it, thumbs up it, give it a rating of 5 stars, whatever you can do. It helps the podcast out immensely. And Donut and Eli will be very happy if you do that. And we want to make Donut and Eli happy today.
Yeah, for 5 stars on everything and a comment if there is possible, because we need to be at the top. Donut, say something motivating. And that's where that is.
Unsubscribe.
We usually put here. You usually, Mr. Steve Austin.
Oh, okay.
Do you just
I'm
smash
not
this?
Steve Austin.
Are you what? Oh,
Kane?
who are we?
Steve drinks Coors. No, actually, he drinks. What does he drink?
Boom.
Austin's beer. How about
316.
this is gold? This is gold beer.
I was like, is he gonna destroy me through a table if I call him Stone Cold?
I was hoping.
I know,
I was hoping a little bit.
They were like, Eli, bring a Budweiser. I was like, okay, I know where this is going.
Well, you went from one end of the spectrum to the next in a very short throw. Right? So you started off by calling me Steve, but then you handed me a Bud. So I mean, it's like anything you did prior to handing me the Bud is just off the.
Oh man,
Okay.
that's great.
Okay. Now I know. Okay.
The grand equalizer.
How you doing, brother? It is great to have you. I'm fucking like, this is the first time I was like, I gotta put thought and process into questions.
No, you don't.
Good, thank God. Okay,
Yeah, we don't really
because I
plan
didn't.
things.
You don't reinvent the wheel, dude.
We're not. I was just trying to make you feel important.
No, I don't even need that. Believe me.
Oh, this is great. This is just another day on the Unsubscribe podcast. We don't really plan things. We just kind of show up. It's usually later in the afternoon.
I didn't really plan on opening my first Bud at 11:15 in the morning. Either,
I'm just
so
glad
thank
you did. I am glad you
We're just
did.
trying to set your day up.
Did you really expect me not to?
I wasn't sure.
You weren't sure?
Tim
Great
Kennedy.
impression that I left upon you in the first time.
Well, we were shooting weapons.
mini guns?
Yeah. You were like, pass me the bud. Where's the drinks? I'd have been like, huh?
I mowed the grass on that one.
That was a good one.
I won't be doing that next time.
Yeah, guys, if you didn't see that, we hung out recently and shot a minigun. One of our buddies brought it up, and they look cool as shit. And what a lot of people didn't realize is we were shooting blanks out of it. But when Matt took when it had the bullets in it, it was 308, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a
It
308.
308.
He
levitated backwards like 5 feet. It was insane.
And what's the record with that?
I think it was 7-second burst or something like that.
I mean, he did
2
long enough. That's for sure.
Dude, that's 2, and you get to see how fast it can move a dude. It's like 220 pounds. Like, oh my god!
How do you like? He was braced, leaning into it, like ready to go. He did one burst, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" And he braced again and leaned in like even harder. And even then, he just.
I think if he kept his finger on it, then he would have looked like he was doing one of those jet ski gimmicks.
We all would have died.
Yeah.
we all would have died.
He's just in the air floating, shooting us. Yeah, just mowing us down with 308.
I think it was DTK Tactical Innovations, right? Was that what it was? I remember he was like,
Guy that brought it out.
Yeah, he's like, the burst is like, it goes down and to the right. So everybody stand to the left, and we all just like,
Immediately.
oh, over there, not behind him.
Shift.
Gotcha. And that thing, no shit, was like straight down into the right. It was wild.
How can it be so much fun and so terrifying at the same time?
Right. He brought it out in a Tesla too, which is my favorite part.
Oh yeah,
No,
how did-
my favorite part was being behind him in my TRX, watching him 4x4 in a Tesla. That was freaking awesome.
from behind. Yeah, that's
before
down
the
I got
that
it on
range.
video too, but it was bitching. I had to do it. I guarantee it was the first time one of those fuckers went off. Like that.
Because that the ranch road is bad.
Yeah, like it's hard for our Raptors in some spots, and he took
But
his
it would be
Tesla.
hard for your Raptor. It's not very hard.
Wow,
for
because it's
TRX.
not a Dodge.
I'm just saying. Ding.
I have a TRX.
I said it once.
Oh yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
say it 5 times within an hour. So
That's just
bell went off?
every hour, right?
just every hour.
Every
Just
hour you have to, even when you're awake, your
dodge,
contract's
dodge,
stitched.
My wife wakes me up in the middle of the night. Dodge! Did I get it?
He's having nightmares. No, dodge.
Yeah, I just spurt them all out at once so that I can sleep for 8 hours.
If you don't, it's just like the headlights just pop on outside. You're like, oh fuck.
No, exactly. Oh, dodge.
Dude, speaking of cars, trucks, you have your YouTube channel coming to life, which is Goldberg's Garage.
Goldberg's Garage. Yeah, man. We shot that first video, Matt and I, and you were out there, and it was great production, great views, but then boom, went off air for like 6 months. But that's the reality of the garage build or of any build during frickin' COVID.
Everything's shut down.
Everything doubled in price and everything doubled in length of time to be done. So it's quite the balancing act. But hey, they're back in full force, and hopefully within a couple months it'll be finished. So
Hell, and you're a car guy. You guys are car guys. Have you rode, first off, his fucking Tesla Plaid, if you've not rode in that thing?
I've heard about it, and yeah, my buddy's got a 765 LT, which is like the top of the food chain in the McLaren world,
yep.
and he got in his son's Plaid, and he said he almost threw up. Yeah.
It's nuts.
It is mind breaking.
Then you got to plug in for like a day and a half to go drive down the street afterwards, right?
Okay, so
Oh, I had a nerve, didn't I?
well, I traded the Hellcat Superstock for it. So
You did?
I offered it to you first. I was waiting to tell you this on the podcast, but I offered it to you first.
Well, all I can
You
say is,
told me.
I get them at cost. So why would I buy yours and make you lose?
Because you told me. You were like, "I'll buy yours. Just let me know when you want to sell it or get rid of it." And I was like, "Okay, Bill."
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I'm buying another TRX.
Yeah, I'm probably buying another Hellcat. So.
I would too.
I love that Tesla, dude. It drives itself. It's so cool. I just push the little button and it like takes me to Baddie's house.
Run into a cop every once in a while and
Maybe.
autonomous drive.
Well, I didn't do it. The car did it.
Takes your individuality completely out the window, and you just you're like a sheep now.
Wow, he does not like electric vehicles.
I'm the internal combustion guy. I'm just holding on to it as long as humanly possible, and hopefully, from what I hear, Dodge is coming out with something that's going to knock people's socks off as like a grand hurrah.
Fourth.
So,
In the electronic vehicle market?
hell no. Before they get into that, I just want to know one thing, okay, Mr. Responsible. Like, when you're done with the Tesla, what do you do with the battery? What happens to the vehicle?
I'm not Mr. Responsible. It's not an
We're
environmental
drinking
thing.
at 11 a.m.
You got it. No, that's like pot calling the kettle black. I'm just saying, why'd you get in it? Because it's faster than dog shit.
Yeah, that's exactly why I got it. That is the only reason I got it.
There you go. I like you even more.
It's simple.
Look, you press the horn and it makes a fart noise. It's really cool.
That is pretty badass.
And it's got a boombox on it. You can project music out of the front. So, like, if you're hanging out with friends, having some drinks at I don't know, the beach or some shit.
With your Tesla
Tesla on the beach.
I don't know.
out in the mountain range.
It has cool stuff in it. But no, it was because it was fast as shit. I went and test drove it and was like, yeah, this will make good content. This will, it'll be funny because
it's a write-off.
Because yeah, exactly. 'Cause
Nice.
everyone got mad at me because I traded, a Hellcat Superstock in for the Tesla. But in the end, all that anger was just engagement for me, and it boosted my stats on YouTube.
That's all that matters, right? In this day and age, forget about your own fun. Just get
I have
Conform.
fun in it. Yeah.
It's
Conform,
fast,
right?
Like,
yeah.
it's scary fast. I didn't like
That
it.
0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds. Like,
It's crazy.
that's insanity. He's like, it took McLaren F1 was the first car to break the 3-second barrier production, but then it was like a decade before anything was under 3 seconds for 0 to 60. Under 2 was unheard. Like, that was like, nah, it's never gonna fucking happen. Million years.
It's amazing.
And now it's a fucking roller coaster. It's like, okay, ready, guys?
Hit the launch button. Like, I just shit myself.
It's fucking insane. What is your favorite dream car, bar none?
You just said it.
McLaren F1?
The 94, yeah. Or 97, yeah. Absolutely.
Boy.
My ultimate 24 hours of being a car guy. Well, I've done a couple really cool things, but my brother's a Ferrari guy. So he lives in Aspen, and so I got 2 brothers, and so all of us went to Aspen, and I jumped in the F40. Older brother jumped in the F50, and then my oldest brother jumped in his Enzo, right? And so we went up Independence Pass and just had
Struggling family, I see.
unbelievable. Yeah, my brother's really struggling. For sure. He
Barely getting by.
Makes me look like a
Man, my
pauper.
O'Connell van growing up. Let me tell you what.
But after and then we switched cars, so I got to drive them all 3 of them. And then within 24 hours, I flew out to Northern California. I was doing a show. I can't remember the name of the show, but automotive show. And the CEO of Cisco had this thing called the Supercar Party. It was at some road course up in Northern California. And he invited like 30 of the top CEOs around the country, and he had 2 18-wheelers full of supercars. Oh, God. And he just unloaded them and lined them up one after another. And you got 30 minutes in each car.
That's so long.
If you break it, you buy it.
Ooh, I'd be like, well.
And there was everything there. And so within 24 hours, I got to go from the F40, the F50, and the Enzo right into the 97 F1. And I got to drive it, and it was the coolest experience of my entire life. I mean, bar none, is the coolest car I've ever driven.
Yeah, that middle seat.
So unbelievably fast, normally aspirated, 638 horsepower, no power steering, no power brakes. Freaking
No assistant.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No
It's
assistance.
sick. It's like the F40, but ramped up.
Yeah, it's it on crack. It literally is that BMW power plant. It's like the engine bay is lined with gold because it's the best heat conductor. It is insane. Titanium. One of the first vehicles to have titanium alloy. Almost everything. Yeah.
Jeez.
Things. I mean, it's in a class of its own. I had an opportunity to buy one in like 2010, and
How much?
It was
lot.
$800,000.
You fucking passed on that.
Yes, more.
What the fuck?
So, yeah.
How much are they now?
Between $18 and $30 million. So if you ever want investment advice, don't ask me.
What the fuck?
But
800.
it was hard to justify $800,000 in 2006 or whatever. At that time, it was just kind of hard to justify it for me, or for any human being that doesn't have more money than they didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
with. But I mean, it was most definitely the one that got away.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh.
18 million.
Yeah, the last one went.
unbelievable.
Last one sold for
chest
28.5 mil, I think. And you're like 800,000. You're like, nah, I'll pass on that guy.
Yeah.
Good.
How many of them are there?
Less than 100. So there was, I think, 82 made. Period. And
There's still one that hasn't been titled at the factory. I think they were going to give it to Schumacher years ago or something happened with that, and it's still there supposedly.
Oh, dude, that's why if I was Lewis Hamilton, I'd be like, "Can I have it?"
Oh, you kidding me? Yeah.
Like, just send
Just
your
give
boy
me
that.
that, please.
I'll race for free this
I was
year.
saying he's kind of done it for himself.
Unbelievable. Yeah, so.
Dude, there's 2 McLaren F1, the GT Longtail. That's my.
gorgeous.
But there's only 2 of them. I don't even know how much those ones would sell
One's
for.
coming up for auction.
Oh God, you know how much that thing's gonna be?
I'm curious to see. 50 million probably.
Yeah, like easy for a car, for a fucking
For a
car.
Set up Matt and Evan. Hey guys, Black Rifle would love to have this.
Think of the content.
He's just he's working over here. I wonder what I can trade the plat.
Yeah, can I write
You
this?
justify this purchase somehow.
Oh, God almighty.
Oh my God, because
But yeah, I'm a car freak. That's for sure.
that's the way to be. Like, as you're saying, that's been my favorite. That's a dream car. Like, now it's an unattainable dream car, I think. Unless I
I
get
would
that
say-
Elon Musk status, like, it's just never gonna happen. After seeing the prices now, I'm like,
Unbelievable. But there's so many supercars out now, right? I mean, there's just like I can't even name all the manufacturers of the ones.
Well,
that
they're
come out.
ultra cars now. Fuck supercars.
Hypercars, yeah,
Hypercars.
yeah.
There's
Excuse
fucking
me.
hypercars now. Like
and
what?
as you're saying, that's actually true. There used to only be you'd have your
Bugatti, and you'd have the McLaren, you'd
Ferrari.
have Ferrari, and you'd have a Lambo would have one, and Aston Martin would have one. But I mean,
that's it.
now, fuck, there's got to be 20, 30 of them.
Oh yeah, and it's the
At
new
least.
new places are just popping up all the time, and the new speeds on these cars are like 300 plus miles an hour. Like,
Why?
The Jesco.
yes, oh God, yeah,
I
like
wanted to buy one of those too. But people in hell want ice water too. Right? 1.8 for those things.
you're like,
Yeah, it'll be 50 million next year. That's all good.
yeah, it's fine, it's fine. Dude,
Oh for 2.
the Countach, I was like, oh, that Countach is looking pretty. I'm
Neighbors
like,
got one that has 2,000 miles on it.
brand new one.
An old one.
Well, have you?
Old.
Oh God, yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Did you know those were $100,000 when $80,000 when the Countach
Most
first came?
expensive car that was out.
Yep,
How long ago was that?
70s through 80, and I think 90 was the last single production.
I've never even heard of that.
Lambo Countach.
Countach?
The one with the first one with the doors that came up like this. What was the movie that made it?
Wolf of what wasn't? What, didn't they?
No.
It wasn't
Before
Wolf
that.
of Wall
wasn't
Street,
Wall
but
Street,
the
it was
before that.
the Cannonball Run.
Yeah, Cannonball Run.
Cannonball Run.
It's the OG. It's the first like
It's the first
Gullwing
supercar
or
kind of thing.
it's the OG. It's what kids had on like that poster with the Diablo. You'd have like your Countach, your
And a hot
Diablo.
blonde laying on it.
Yeah, in a bikini, ruining that paint job. Fucking
It was
bending that.
next to the Mark McGuire got milk mustache.
Yeah,
poster.
yeah, side by side.
Talking about my room. Isn't it? Or is Mark McGuire in the bathing suit? I don't know.
I don't know. He might have been on the Lambo.
Sorry, Mark.
Yeah, there's the new ones. Did you see how much the new fucking Countach is?
They're cool looking though.
2.5 mil.
Really? But that's nothing compared to all these other. I mean, there's so many. The one of one Bugattis that they're building
Oh,
right
10
now.
mil out the gate.
It's ridiculous. I mean, who the hell's? I don't know.
I was
There's
thinking my shitty Chevys. Like,
My C10.
How do you spell Countach? I don't know what you're
COUNT.
CUNT.
COUNTACH.
man.
Tosh.
I can't believe you've never seen it. I guarantee you've seen it.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of
Like the Vice City car. Literally the Vice City car.
Gotcha. Fluck, let's throw a Countach up on the screen here.
The Lamborghini Countach. Countach.
Lamborghini Countach.
Yeah, the Countach. We love that. The Doblo, the fighting chicken.
The fighting chicken.
Just making up names for
the other
cars.
one, the Murcielago, the Mercalego.
Yeah, the Mercalego.
Hey, do you know Henry Cavill?
That-
I was thinking of Big H.
I know, Big H. What's he drive? Henry Cavill, we have, he's You know who he is, right? You've heard of the name. He's the
It sounds familiar, but I have no
Superman. The new Superman. He's the Witcher.
Witcher.
He's an actor.
Yeah.
He's like the man. He's the big jacked fucking.
Great looking.
Can superheroes still be jacked now? Isn't that like against? Don't they have to be bisexual?
It is body shaming.
Where's my fat superhero, man? That's what I'm ready for. Let's go.
It's on the way, dude.
Fat Thor, never mind.
It's
Fat
on the
Thor
way.
happened.
Yeah,
Thor did happen.
Fat Thor did happen.
Not that there's anything bad about it, but
Yeah, you get all the superheroes.
my gigs are gone. I'm just saying. Where's my beer?
We'll just start the podcast with that. Boom. He's like, no, I should not have been on that show. We'll just sound by stuff together. Fuck Dodge. It's like, man, he really hates his
Wow. Oh, great.
I'm getting a dodge counter on the
Can't wait
screen
to
while we're
see
doing
this clip.
So many good ones. Oh my God. Okay, so this is first off,
It's a gaming
huge
podcast.
fan. So we're gonna talk about video games. Huge fan. I can probably speak for everyone. It's like growing up and watching you at your fucking peak prime. But more importantly, fuck your wrestling career. You're in video games. You're a video game character. And then once you became that character, then you became a wrestler? Or how was it flip-flopped?
I didn't do anything to justify being a character prior to wrestling. I guess standing on the sidelines in the NFL probably doesn't qualify, but I think, the wrestling probably came first.
Okay. It's just, well, now we know that.
I'm just saying.
We were talking about like one of my favorite video games in my childhood was Revenge for the Nintendo 64, the WCW NWO Revenge. You're on the cover of that, and that's such a good fucking game, dude. I put so many hundreds of hours into that.
Hours into those games. Have you played any of those old games?
No.
I did not picture.
I'm just saying. I know. I mean,
Controller.
it's like my kid. You'd think my kid would want to play a video game where his dad is in it. He don't give a shit. He could care less. He could care less. He just, let me play Madden. Well, I'm surely not in Madden because I was on the sidelines. So, I mean, I'm not even on a roster of anybody's former team. Well, I was. Maybe 1 year out of the 4 that I stood on the sidelines.
Introducing 1990 Madden, was it Madden Sideline Edition?
Yeah.
Bill and the rest of the guys just hanging out on the sideline. You can't do anything. Squirt a high five.
I remember one game in Cincinnati. I wasn't playing. I was in street clothes, and I had to go get everybody hot dogs at halftime. It's like,
Jesus Christ.
that's far removed from being an NFL freaking defensive lineman. I didn't know that I had to go get hot dogs for all the veterans. Yeah. So
Nothing
it's a very glorious position.
Holy shit, dude. I just.
Did they even call you by your name at that point?
You're a hot dog guy now?
No, I don't even remember what they got. Goldie, probably.
Yeah. Hey, dog boy.
Pretty much, yeah.
Go get our wieners. Oh. I'll get you one day. I'll take 12 hot dogs. Walks back.
You guys wait and see.
Yeah, I'll be bigger than all of you.
And then it happened. I never imagined.
So is that the secret? I just got to go start buying hot dogs for fucking people and then
Absolutely. It's all about being in the right place. Isn't that right?
Cody, do you need 12 hot dogs?
We already treat you like shit, so it's perfect.
Nice. I fit right in. You guys fit right in for my past employers.
Ginger, it's great.
You look great, though. You're beautiful.
Oh, honey.
Like the neck.
Okay, I need another swig off the bottle.
Yeah, I got my neck tattooed yesterday. That was a
That
fucking
had to
mistake.
feel great.
It was not ideal. Not the worst tattoo. Not the best either,
I'm
though.
just saying, if you have a beard that covers your neck, why would you get a neck tattoo? Does anyone ever get to see it?
I was asked that a bunch, and I covered that this morning. My target audience isn't, big, tall, 6'4" dudes. It's chicks that are 5'6"
Real
and under.
tiny
It's about
girls
that
who can
angle.
see up under your shit.
Exactly.
Nice.
It's all about the angle, brother.
Good job, dude.
He has a Goldberg tattoo. I didn't even know that. You actually started a whole fucking trend of. How does that feel? I didn't even think about that. You literally started a goddamn trend of.
The tribal
Bald
trend.
goatee white dudes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Steve Austin.
Shots fired.
I'm just
It
saying.
was like you, Steve Austin, and Mark McGuire all in the same like couple years there.
I know, just everyone up on just a bunch of shirtless dudes.
Yeah.
You know, my dad thought I was gay. Now it makes sense. Oh no! Stop rubbing Goldberg's poster,
Maybe
Eli.
it all makes sense now.
It's weird. You do wear a lot of dresses. And,
It'll click one day.
Were you ever on a Got Milk poster?
No, I wasn't, man. I probably was on the carton for a wanted thing. not an advertisement.
This is the podcast. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, I have that milk thing." He finds out he wasn't his true parents. Like he was
Awesome.
adopted as a child. He's like,
Exactly.
"What's going on?"
That's where I find out.
But tattoos. What made you get yours versus and then every other motherfucker?
Tequila.
Fucking Mexican style. Love it.
100%. Yeah, I think I drank a half a bottle of tequila and said, you know what? I might as well go get a tattoo. I really want one. I always wanted one, you know, being a Jewish guy. I guess I can't be buried in a Jewish cemetery now, but it's all good. I do a lot of things that are different, but
different.
I always wanted one, you know, for one reason or another, just to brand myself. And as far as the content of what it was, I left it up to my tattoo artist. He and I I saw something that I liked years past, and I took a picture of it, and I brought it into him, and he's like, fuck that, man. We're not copying nothing. We're going to do your own. I'm like, okay.
Another shot.
And, you know, the first needle went in, and then my blood just, because all the alcohol, right? And so I'm bleeding everywhere, so it's making me drink more. And I mean, you know, I really didn't have an idea except for something tribal going in, and I left it up to his expertise. You know, he's pretty damn well known in his area. So then a couple years later, I went back and had him do that one, and I need him to sleeve me up, but I don't want to leave my wonderful place here in Texas, so I'm going to have to bring him here at some point.
It's the best thing ever.
Yeah, we have
do
a
that.
guy. We have a guy that just moved down here. Will came from Salt Lake, right?
Yeah, Will's
he
the one
he
that-
comes over to our house and just like
Yeah.
does all our work. It's
Yeah.
pretty
Dude
great.
does
That's the way to do it.
got like this is a cover up and you can't even tell. It's like there was a sleeve under this.
Damn.
And he's going over it and but it's the best way to live is when your tattoo artists come over to your house.
100%.
Especially for a lot of the long pieces because it's like I'm getting drunk, I'm laying on my couch.
Yeah.
We're gonna watch a movie.
Exactly.
It's gonna be comfy.
That's the best way to do it.
I don't want to go to a shop anymore and be like uncomfortable in a chair and then just sit there. Ugh, it's a fucking nightmare now. Fuck
Still
that.
do it.
Hour upon hour upon hour. Fuck that. No,
It's the worst. But yeah, you fucking started a whole goddamn trend.
I heard shoulder
Literal.
tribal's super cool.
Everyone in their I remember going to high school. Like
17,
16,
like,
yeah,
oh, I
16-year-olds are getting it. You're just like, holy fuck, this is
See,
a thing.
fuck you, Dad. Goldberg's got one.
Yeah, I got a lot of people in trouble. Spearing their sisters, getting tattoos.
That was the trampoline every day, every summer when I was a kid, just spearing people.
Oh, I thought you were sparing people's sisters. I was like, nice.
Like, oh, is that what we're calling it now? Spearing.
The birds and the bees.
That's what I told my mom. I was practicing my spear. My dad already
Goldberg
knew.
speared my sister. Oh man.
And another swig.
Welcome to our podcast.
You should have at least watched one episode before signing it.
It's all good, man. I like it. It's like getting your pants pulled down at a live event, dude. You just have to go with it.
Yeah, you're just like, okay, here we are. Fucking
Blair
dumb.
pulled my pants down in the middle of a match.
Really?
Yeah, not all the way, but just my ass was hanging out. It was interesting. It was a lot of fun.
When was that?
Oh, it was way too long ago. It was at a house show, one of those non-televised events we used to do, you know, before COVID. You know, you'd have your shows that were televised, like right now. It's Monday Night Raw, and then Thursday night or Friday night SmackDown, and in between, you'd do the cities in between the two
Main
major
events.
cities.
Yeah.
You know, and it was non-televised. It wasn't on TV, so he takes a lot of liberties and has a lot of fun, and he has quite the different character than I do. And so when they
say the
clashed, it was kind of interesting. And you know, truth be told, Flair had a house with my brother in college.
No shit. So they knew each other.
And a guy named Ken Patera. If you're a big wrestling fan, know who that guy is. They all lived together at University of Minnesota when my brothers played football.
No shit.
So now you can kind of understand how crazy the frickin' Goldbergs are, because my brother went after Patera with a hatchet one night. And
Not a hammer, a full-on hatchet.
No, he started taking the door down. But anyway,
Jewish and Cherokee. That's amazing.
there's more. But it was kind of a tie that I had to the wrestling business. You know, looking back, it's like, fuck, Goldberg's brother lived with Ric Flair during college at Ken Patera.
That's fucking crazy.
Pretty interesting.
I mean, it's like for one of my things was transitioning from the football thing into wrestling, but more on the line of being that individual that they were like, hey, we're going to make you this undefeatable monster that's not stoppable. You're going to have like the shortest matches possible. Most were like under 10 seconds for fucking 100 and was it 120?
70 something.
I was fucking off by 50. God damn.
It's all good.
But being that person where they're like, hey, this is like, how was that? What was that conversation like? We're like, this is gonna be fucking.
I just did what they told me to do.
No shit.
No, I did, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's fucking insane.
I came
like,
from
honestly.
professional football. My accountant told me to get off my ass and go make some money. I didn't know what the fuck I was going to do. The last thing I wanted to do at that point was be a guy who ran around in the ring in his underwear acting like I was hurting people when I just came from the NFL trying to kill guys every fucking play.
Yeah.
Right? So it was different for me. It was weird. I had to go through a process of accepting it to myself so that before I could put it out there for everyone else. And then, I went and I met with WWE or WWF at the time. And then that's when I had just gotten done from the Falcons. And so I was living in Atlanta. I went to school at Georgia. So, I mean, that was kind of like my new base. I've been there for years. And then WCW was stationed, their home base was Turner in Atlanta, right? So the training facility was downtown. It was right there in my backyard. And being a football player and liking to drink maybe every once in a while, we used to go out every freaking weekend in Atlanta. So I'd see these guys all the time. And I mean, certain ones I'd see them and go, man, there's no way I'd ever do that, be that. And then others I'd like, maybe it's attainable. Maybe I can do that, right? And Sting was the biggest guy, and Dallas Page.
Oh yeah,
And
DDP.
DDP I'd see out all the time, and then Sting was a guy that I kind of just watched from afar and watched how he did stuff. He owned a gym called Main Event Fitness, he and Lex Luger. And when I was with the Falcons, I used to train at Main Event Fitness every day.
No shit.
And so I'd see the guys all the time, and Bagwell was a buddy of mine, and Steiner Brothers. I mean, so I had a relationship with those guys before I was a wrestler to a point. And then I had the opportunity to do the WWF thing, and it's like, man, I'm here in Atlanta. I might as well just hang with, it's a different, it's like standing on a diving board and not looking to see if there's any fucking water in the pool. I mean, it was a big jump for me.
Oh yeah, you went from getting hot dogs to potentially wrestling
In my underwear with guys. And so,
I'm looking at this career. It's real.
there's a lot of wieners involved.
you ain't heard nothing. But then I'm like, you know what? I went up there. It's a whole different deal. It's completely out of my comfort zone. Why don't I try it here? It's in my backyard. I can drive there every day. I don't have to move. I got people that I already know. So I picked up the phone. I called Bischoff, and I'm like, hey, man, I kind of want to do this. I'm not going to be freaking normal. This is not just I'm not going to try out. I'm not doing anything to not be the man.
Superstar.
That's my goal. That should be everybody's fucking goal once they get into a different endeavor, is to be the fucking best.
Fucking cheers to that.
Absolutely.
So I just brought my work ethic and my knowledge and my love of martial arts, and UFC was freaking had just started then. I went to the first 7 of them.
With Hoist Gracie, the boxer,
Abbott fucking back
Tank,
yeah.
the guy with one glove. Oh, the old you.
It was awesome, man.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And I owned the largest MMA gym in North America, towards the end of my
No shit.
WCW time. Yeah, in the late 90s in Atlanta, it was like 40,000 square feet. It was huge. And Couture and Brandleman and Coleman and those guys would come to my place and train. And then I'm like, you know what?
the
And
fuck? That's
talk
fucking wild.
Yeah, I talk to them about maybe fighting, and then I hear how much they're making, and then I see this wrestling thing, and I'm like, well, fuck that. I probably wouldn't have been that good because I had no wrestling background. I mean, I studied martial arts for a while, but I mean, it wasn't like I was a fighter. I'm a football player. And so I'm like, what do I do? Oh, that's easy. And I figured out the wrestling thing. And then I had kind of attached my character to my idols, the UFC guys, the guys who fought over in Japan at Pride. And I know all the guys back in the day. I mean,
Vanderlei Silva.
Krokop asked me to go to Croatia and train with him. I'm like, fuck that. What, are you kidding me?
And you turned that down?
I did. Yeah, it was freezing there.
I bet.
But I know all those guys, and for me, that was something that it was very intriguing. And as far as like martial arts, you're never going to meet anybody who knows everything. So you can always learn, you can always grow as an individual, as a student. And so I just started taking all these martial arts. And then I started buying all the videos. UFC, when they came out, had these training videos. I bought every fucking one of them, and I studied every one of them. And I'd go down to the power plant, and I'd try to do those moves and not hurt guys, and learn how to take it to wrestling and how to have it work in wrestling. And 9 times out of 10, it worked. You know, a couple of times it didn't.
Hurt the person.
I was like the Mike Tyson of wrestling. There was an MMA guy, and it's like throwing, Romans to the lions, right? And you have to be at the edge of your seat and watch everything that happens, because it's going to happen in a short period of time, just like Tyson's fights.
Oh, yeah. Fucking.
You don't know what's going to happen, but you know shit's going to hit the fan, and somebody's going to get freaking nailed. And that was the intrigue that I brought to the business. And I was in the right place at the right time, and Hogan needed somebody to topple him. And literally, I was in the right place at the right time. It's not because of me being a great wrestler, because ask anybody in the world, I'm not. I'm just a decent showman. And I had Hogan, teaching me along the way the little intricacies of how to be that guy. And I never wanted to be the chain wrestler. I never was a guy who professed to go out there for 30 minutes, because fuck, everybody can do. Not everybody can do that, but everybody's seen that before. They haven't seen a shock and awe guy in professional wrestling before. So I kind of coined that. And like I said, I was very fortunate. I was in the right place at the right time. I didn't know the business. So I entrusted everybody that was willing to teach me with a blind eye, in that people would fuck me and lead me down the wrong way because they were either jealous or they didn't get whatever it may be.
Yeah.
I didn't choose to be that guy. I just was chosen to be that guy because of various reasons. And I paid for it my whole fucking career, because people, you can't, well, fuck. I put people in seats, and I put them at the edge of their seat when it's time for me to nail somebody. So I may not be a chain wrestler, but I never wanted to be. So I got my own niche kind of carved out. Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
that's fucking dope.
The universe just kind of came together for you.
100%. I mean, it surely wasn't based upon my talent level. I mean, it was just me being in the right place at the right time and having a great work ethic and not accepting being a freaking sheep.
Yeah.
I know
That ain't me.
No, the other guys in that room were probably, God damn it, my match lasts 40 minutes. Bill just gets to run in, bah, bah, da,
Dude,
who's
there
next,
was-
and leave.
When Paul White, the Big Show, they called him the Big Show at WCW.
Oh, God, that fucking...
He and I would go around the country doing main event dark shows, dark matches, which weren't televised. And literally, it would last. He would come out to the ring. They'd play his music. He'd be smoking a cigarette. Charles Robinson the referee would bitch at him. He'd pick Charles Robinson up to choke slam him. I come running in. I spear him. I jackhammer him, and I beat him before the bell rings. We did that all across the country. And people were on the edge of their fucking seat.
Every time I
flipped out because they couldn't. They had never seen a dude pick up a 525-pound guy and just walk around the ring with it.
Fucking Big Show, man. Like, fuck.
And so that's all we needed. So Hogan, sometimes all he needs is a look. All he needs is to drop the leg. It's not based upon, repertoire. It's based upon, end result.
Yeah.
Right? So
Fucking crazy. That's so. Man, Big Show. Andre the Giant, all his drinking stories are some of the greatest stories I've ever fucking heard.
Shit's insane.
Yeah.
Do you know his stories?
Yeah, in the picture of them holding a regular sized beer.
And he'll do like
it's
120.
like,
I was like, yeah, exactly. He's like, this is 16-ounce can. I'm like, oh, man.
Freaking huge. But he was in a lot of pain. He was miserable throughout his whole career, life. And, it's everybody sees one side, but they fail to even look for the other.
What you're telling me, what you see on TV isn't like everything forever? There's more behind the scenes?
Well, in certain
That's
circumstances,
crazy.
yeah. Most of the time, what you see is truly how it is.
When did he die? That was in
1990, early 90s, if I do remember.
I don't remember exactly.
You ever get to meet him? Okay.
That was he was in that early. That was like the 80s was his like era. I think that was when he was at. But as you were saying, he had the actual like gigantic. I forget what it was.
Acromegalia, the giganticism.
Yeah, and that's that the pituitary glands just in fucking high. Yeah,
Just think about him. His comfort level, trying to travel anywhere in a car, on a plane, just any of the normal things that normal people do were very uncomfortable and a task for him. So it just sucks. I mean, as great as he was
on that. Yeah,
in this area, you had to feel for the guy and others. He's a human being. So,
Yeah, because I remember like one of the stories I read about him is he got into like one of the 16-passenger Govey vans to go on an hour drive, but he bought a 24-pack of Budweiser beforehand, and when they got there, he was asking for more beer.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like you're saying, he was probably just super uncomfortable the whole time, and like he's just like, all right, we're gonna
Most
handle
likely.
this.
I think it was a 24 case of wine.
Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah, because he has like I want to say it's like the documented world record for most beers in one sitting, which is like 120 or something
Some
like that.
insane shit.
Yeah, homeboy was like,
Jesus Christ.
like the stories that are out there, which I fucking don't know how those are because they are stories. But you're like, that dude would have been fun.
The Iron Sheik lighting up joints on planes back from Europe on the tours. Yeah, there were some stories. These guys were crazy, man. As many times as people think that football players are the crazy ones, no.
Nah, I don't
Imagine
picture
crossing football players with like a rock star.
That's what I literally envisioned.
That's what,
you guys
That's a
are.
professional
You guys are. Yeah, it's like
No, I only mean that because of time on the road.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean.
yeah, that mixture of that. Speaking of fucking, this is the one question I did document because I was like, because my buddy actually he was the one asking about this. He's like, hey, this is the only thing I want to know. What can he tell us about the time in the WWE plane was rumored to have been held at the Saudi airport?
I wasn't there.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
nerd.
There's your question answered.
Yeah, thankfully
Yeah,
that
fuck
was
you,
the one.
Benji.
That was the one Saudi trip that I wasn't on. But from what I understand, it was a payment issue, and they pulled the feed off of the Saudi pay-per-view, and
Dude, the fans went fucking.
that's what made them hold the plane until the feed was put back on.
No shit.
That's what I've heard, but I wasn't there. Like I said, fortunately, that was I think the only Saudi trip that I didn't go on.
That's crazy because the internet's apparently like what, like everything under the roof happened. That's why he asked that very specific question. I was like, I mean, I asked.
It was a shitstorm for sure. I mean, the last trip that we had that I was on, well, February.
Yeah, recently.
I mean, it went fairly well.
Yeah, you said you went to Dubai?
No, it was. I think it was this time. It was Riyadh.
Okay.
Went through Dubai a couple times before. This time we went through Ireland.
Riyadh, very beautiful this time of year. I don't know where that is on the map at all.
I wouldn't say they're the most beautiful places by any stretch because there's really no green out there. But I gotta say, man, if in a day and age when people center on stereotypes, how do you think one of the largest Jewish guys who are very high profile would feel going over to Saudi and wrestle?
I didn't think about that.
And I took my wife and my son on the first trip.
Oh yeah, your name's Goldberg, huh?
They just called him Jew Man when he walked out on stage.
So to make an extremely long story short, throughout all of my trips, and I said it to the press last time I was there, I really couldn't ask for more gracious freaking fans. I mean, they treated us like absolute gold, whether it be in the ring, out of the ring. It was unbelievable. So the moral of the story is I never would have gone there if it wasn't for wrestling and if it wasn't for the situation that we're in right now. And I did decide to go, and the stereotype was completely flipped.
Yeah, you get to see that complete different side. It humanizes. It's like travel. I think it was Mark Twain said it's like a well-traveled man is the least.
Mark Twain, really?
Yeah. Well, I know.
Mark Twain.
But he's a well-traveled man. Will look at races completely different than somebody completely segmented.
Well, there's no question because you get to. It's like plug and play. You get to act. You get to actually see what people are thinking in real life.
Yeah, and you're like,
pass judgment on your own as opposed to listening to what people say about it.
It's a fucking key in life. That is the key.
Nah, I'm just gonna judge everybody based on some shit I read on the internet.
Yeah. Facebook taught me a lot.
Thanks, Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter.
Fucking A, man.
It's gonna change now, though.
Twitter's looking a little different.
Oh yeah, completely different. Okay, Donut. Oh yeah, look, guys, we got this one. Baddie, hold that because it's orange like you. That was a dad laugh right there. That was a dad laugh.
Dad laugh. What the hell was that?
I was like, dang, that was a sympathy laugh.
That was a sympathy laugh. It wasn't a dad laugh.
No, I got Goldberg sympathy.
Fuck you. Eli, do the fucking ad read.
Hey, out of rags, we just got Smooth Operator. It is the fucking veteran-owned,
I bet they're
operated.
appreciative of the verbiage of that read.
Thankfully, I'm one of the owners, so
I can say what I Buy outerrex.com with the Z. Goldberg's a huge fan of it, as you can tell.
Buy this shit or I'll kill you.
Look at this lush of hair.
There it is. Buy this shit or I'll kill you.
Yeah, that's the new tag. Buy this shit and I kill you.
Joe Bob's Fine Food. Eat here or I'll kill you. What movie is that from?
I don't even remember that one.
North Dallas 40.
What is that? I've
Best
never seen
football
that.
movie in the history of the world.
No shit.
It's an old movie.
I don't
I'm
watch
an old person, so but it's Matuzak was who was it? Yeah, Matuzak was in it. He was one of my idols.
I don't know who
growing
the
up.
fuck that is.
Defensive lineman for the Raiders back when the Raiders were the Raiders.
When they were breaking people still.
Yeah.
most people don't know this. We don't know sports. Also, I looked up
Sports. I
you
used to know
in
sports.
football. Let me see. So,
And you didn't find anything
football.
except for Georgia.
Find anything.
I never knew you played soccer, which makes sense going to the WW. What position did you play? Forward, midfielder, or winger?
What?
Football.
Wrong. Come on, man. Don't do that.
You can hit him whenever you want, please. Honestly, I would love to see it.
I'm not
I got you
left-handed, but
this.
I know. I was thinking about that. That's why you're still breathing.
Stop talking or I'll fucking kill you.
Just produce another one immediately.
I was gonna Photoshop your face on football players doing soccer. I'm like,
Oh, what's the title of the episode?
I don't even know what the title's gonna be of this episode.
Someone sent something online, Goldberg. That's not football. That's soccer is football. I'm like, come on, man. I'm not even touching that.
I'm walking
what are you
away
doing?
right the fuck now. Right the fuck now.
They're two different things.
So what got you? So you went from like, now are you officially retired? That was supposed to be fucking jeez, my knees. You were just
What? Jeez, please.
fuck. Sorry, I'll just say
Why
fuck.
are you still wrestling?
yeah, man. Why?
I'm still under contract till the end of the year. And we're kind of talking about what the future lies. Who knows? I mean, at the end of the day, if you give me time, I can get ready and I can freaking wrestle anybody. But like this 3-week shit that they've given me, like the last time to Saudi, I had 4 weeks to get ready and I had COVID when they called.
Oof.
And I hadn't trained for 2 months. And so at 55, so how old are you?
I'm 37.
Imagine putting your body through that at 37. Imagine at 55.
I'm not gonna make it to 55.
I'm just saying, man, it's a tough ask.
Yeah.
It's a tough ask.
that's
But if you
crazy.
give me 2 months,
With
3
enough
months?
zeros.
Well, yeah, but I mean, but no, forget about the money. The fact is that, I mean, and you guys, I'm a fucking warrior, right? I do things differently, and my mind is different than other people, and so a warrior never knows when to fucking hang it up. And it's like I always think I can compete. I don't care if I'm fucking 80. I always think that 90% of me is better than 99% of
Fuck
the
yes.
rest of the fuckers on the planet.
100%.
I feel that, but you have to feel that to be a guy like me. And so the thing is, when to hang it up. When are you embarrassing your kid? When are you is it too much? You tarnishing your legacy? Fuck, give me 3 months. You see me and Bobby Lashley, I was 285, ready to rock. But 3 weeks, it's a different story. So if I'm allowed the prep time, I can do a couple more. If I'm not, I'm hanging it up. That's pretty much where it is.
That's crazy. As you're saying, it's that mindset, and a lot. I agree completely. Like a majority of the people we roll with, work with, our close friends, I always look at them like these are the top 1%. These are the 1% of the 1%.
Motivation is just different. It's on
The
a different
work
planet.
ethic, every little
work ethic,
thing.
holy shit.
It's fucking.
Everything.
They crush life, and it's a hard thing for people to grasp because they think they get it. I'm like, no, the fuck you don't. You start employing people or like doing that, and you're like, oh, this is the standard, and you're like, no, you got to go above and beyond.
Standard's so low these days, it's not even fucking fun.
Fucking stupid.
Bars
hate
on the
it.
floor, my man.
Well, mediocrity's become the norm, and
that's-
excelling in anything, you're a bad person if you're good.
No,
Right?
it's you're fucking.
That's
you're a
not
piece
going to
of shit, what
change
you
me.
do.
It's not going to change the way I train my son. I raise my son. He's going to be a fucking alpha, and nobody's ever going to have an issue with that because I don't give a shit. Because he's going to follow in my footsteps, my wife's footsteps, and there are people that need to cut meat in the fucking world, but it ain't me.
That's it. I mean, that's the best fucking statement. Amen to that. I like that. I fucking say that all the
Kind of just
time.
made it up. But, I
Well, it feels.
I'm just saying, it's the way that I am. It's the way that my family has always been.
Shit's built different, man. It's just, some people are built different. Like,
People gotta cut me. It ain't me. Goldberg 316.
Fucker.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Really?
this is the episode of Eli finally fucking dies.
Eli's obituary on episode 27. Oh, I love you.
Yeah, you got another one, right? You got
Dude, I hope you got another one.
I don't have that one. We can get it. You got hard A? Do you drink hard alcohol?
Hell yeah. But not before I have to go to my son's football practice.
That's the perfect reason to do
Hey,
it.
kill him! Fuck! What are you doing, kid? You pussy! Oh, sorry.
Just destroying.
I had a
people on
couple
the
beers. Can we just cut this whole episode, man?
It's gone.
It's weird. We did that a lot towards the end. It's like, can we just not? Can we just,
Let's talk about how cool Texas is.
Texas
Oh,
is
fucking
awesome.
holy.
You're near San Antonio.
So
How'd you
coming
end up
from
in San
Mexico,
I live somewhere on the Rio Grande.
Antonio? Yeah. How'd you get
Here
here?
you're in Texas.
Here's the deal. I grew up in Oklahoma, so I mean that has a lot to do with why I'm where we are right now. But I had to go to LA for a number of years to, be close to the business. Television show here and appearances there. It seemed to be the right thing. Plus, my brother lived in San Diego. And so I had a good in to the community there. I mean, he's got some nightclubs and restaurants and all this and that. He's got a lot of knowledge of the area. And so I lived there for a while. And there are a lot of things and a lot of reasons why we left. But I'm a people person, man, unbeknownst to most everyone out there. Because when I'm on TV, I'm one guy, and when I'm off, I like to be invisible. But, I mean, I'm at home when I'm around the guys. I'm at home when I'm in a military setting. I'm at home around a bunch of veterans. I'm at home when I'm on 220 acres in the middle of fucking nowhere and nobody can get near me. And if they do, then they can just pick out which gun I'm going to shoot them with. So I mean, it's a very liberating decision that we made coming out here, and it was the third best decision of my life. And I'm so happy now. It's not even funny. It's just absolutely wonderful. If I could have written a script for my son, we moved because of my son. We wanted to make sure that he was in a great setting so that he could prosper. In the middle of America, hardworking people, God-fearing people, people who appreciate and respect the military. That's where we are. That's that's how we're made up, you know. And I wanted him to grow up in a situation like that, in a surrounding like that. And like I said, if I was like a screenwriter, I couldn't have written a better fucking movie than we're living right now.
Yeah, that
for my
ending
son.
right now, you're like, this is...
It's fantastic. It really is. My boy doesn't have one person that I met at his school that I dislike. I mean, the town shuts down at like 9 o'clock at night, so he can't get into it. It's just fantastic.
No, there's no trouble. Yeah, you can't get in trouble.
It's great, and the people are wonderful, man. They really are. And so it's kind of like a rebirth, us moving out here, and I was able to hook up with cool guys like you.
Hey.
You know what I mean? So I mean, it's just been wonderful. It really has. It's like starting my life all over again, because now we're doing things that we enjoy doing, and we're around people that we enjoy being around, other than kind of hanging out with you guys. But
We're all right.
Oh.
he's like, what? What did he say?
We're good. Well, a lot of us moved out here about a year and a half ago for the same reasons.
Yeah.
It's
Where'd,
like,
where'd you come from?
I came from Charlotte. He came from Vermont. Eli's been out here a couple years though, but
That was the first one, and then I got these fucks to move out.
I was like, we have a buddy from Oregon, Colorado.
You're appreciative of him pulling you out here. Right?
Absolutely.
yeah,
Holy
it
shit.
comes down to what you're talking about, like that mindset of people. In our circle, we have a very small circle of people because we're all just like so driven and motivated to be successful. That's why it's like us, Black Rifle Boys, Demo Ranch,
yep.
like, yeah. And
All
It's
the
funny
guys.
how we all were separated, but we all magnetized towards each other once we got here, and we're all fighting for the same thing. And at the end of the day, we're all good people, most of us.
yeah.
Most of us.
I'm all right.
Baddie's a
Wait,
piece of shit.
I'm kind of a piece of shit.
We're all going. But I mean, you know, we have the same common goal and the same common way to accomplish it, kind of. So
And my group needed a Mexican Asian to hang out with.
about a
really
Jewish
needed
dude?
that.
That we got
Needed the
you.
Jew
We're
in the
fucking.
Man.
now you got a Jew. Mark that off the box.
Check the box. Ginger, Mexican, Jew,
Ginger.
white guy.
My God.
White man. Hello, white man.
Have you ever been upset that Quentin Tarantino didn't cast you as the Bear Jew?
No, not at all.
Oh my God.
Wouldn't he have made a good Bear
It's all
Jew?
good.
He would have been. You would have been a good bear Jew.
I would have been in a lot of good things.
Imagine him flanking the baseball bat on the tunnel as he's coming out.
His cutoff
Oh,
uniform.
he's so much more scary than Eli Roth.
I know. Just Jared. He's like, ugh. Like, oh God.
Got to be me, right?
God. So fucking. Did you ever live in Texas before? This was the first time you were just like, nope.
My dream actually was to go to school at the University of Texas
Shit.
until I met the head coach at the time, and then I was like, I ain't never going. Then I went to Georgia. But yeah, that was in high school. It was a dream of mine to go to UT. And now I won't even set foot near Austin. So the only time I'll go up there is summer baseball with my son, because I have to.
Yeah.
Because I got
He does football and baseball?
Yes, unfortunately. Fortunately, but unfortunately.
What do you want him to pursue as a?
I can't chime in on that because I don't want to be selfish. But we all know football, what I want him to pursue. but
I'm not gonna, but football.
but the reality football is
Yeah.
that, I want him to be successful and to be a happy human being. If following a baseball career is what he loves, and oh, by the way, it's probably less harmful on your body than a football career, then hey, man, go for it. Yeah. But I mean, let's be honest. I'm a football player, and I never had the ability to go on as a baseball player. But whatever he wants to do, I'm fully behind it 1,000%. And
He'll love you less, but he supports it.
it's all good. Yeah. Remember that. Game.
I am disappointed.
And today's the first day they're in full pads and they get the hit. So I can't wait.
Oh.
I can't wait to go see it. It's awesome. And he'll be starting at linebacker this year. And it's a totally different
How old is
scenario
he?
than last year. He's sophomore. He's
Okay. Hell yeah.
15.
Yeah. All right.
Oh God, he's probably what 6'2",
No, he's 6 foot, 195.
so more than me. Awesome.
Dude, the kid's freaking stronger than I am now. It's amazing.
It's just like, Dad, I bitched 400 today, and you're
Dude,
like,
he can do 75s, dumbbells like this, like nobody's business.
I was 5'1" when I was a sophomore. I didn't 5'1". I went from 5'1" to like 5'11" in a year, and then I was 6'2" or some shit after that. Bro, I was the smallest fucking dude until just as I was leaving high
Well,
school.
I'm praying he finally gets a growth spurt.
I just hit puberty.
Eli's still 5'1". That's
If you
fucking
watched
wild.
last year's episode, I'm like, hey guys,
You had beach
welcome to
fun.
Double Check. My balls got hair today.
No, one actually dropped today.
It was awesome turning 37.
Jesus, man.
But yeah, man, anything he wants to do, man, I'm fully behind. I got to be that dad. As long as it involves crushing people, I'm good with that.
You should like his kiddo. John's a big boy.
My son, I don't know where he gets it from. He's 13. He weighs 180 and he's 5'3".
Good Jesus.
Yeah. And he's not fat. He's just like, he's strong. I've had him in mixed martial arts for like 7 years now.
Nice.
Yeah. And he loves lifting and he loves like fighting people.
That's
and-
awesome.
But he's like the kindest kid ever.
But that's good because he shows range.
Yeah,
Right?
he was getting bullied at school last year, and he came home and he's like, "Dad, I can wreck these guys." He's like, "Dad, I could beat the shit out of it," but they're not like physically bullying him. So he's like, he's like, "I don't really want to get in trouble because they're saying mean things," and he's like, "I know if they put hands on me, I could just
tell
wreck
him
them."
to turn around and look at him and say, "Do you want me to kill you?"
Yeah,
And they'll stop.
yeah, he handled it. He did something like that. He told him
awesome.
not to mess with him anymore. He was going to do bad things to him. So
Violence is sometimes the answer.
100%. I'm a firm believer that violence is definitely the answer.
Yeah.
In a lot of areas.
It
More.
It does. Dude, Mr. In Between, I'm watching that fucking, I don't know if you've ever watched Mr. In Between TV show. Easy, it'll take you no time to watch. It's an Australian-based show, but that is the main character's thing is they're like, violence isn't always the answer. He's like, yeah, it is. If you can't, I'm going to fucking hit you. Violence is sometimes the answer. And he does it throughout the entire show.
Very simple.
Yeah. And I'm like, man, this is great.
You really see nowadays like people who just haven't been hit in the face.
Like 99% of the
you've never
people
been
who
hit
are
in the face. Like,
online. social
Oh,
media,
yeah, exactly. It's like, you need hit at
like
least.
growing up, just going to the bars, playing football, being in the army or whatever, like maybe just being in the military or just wherever, like you've been hit in the face. You know when you need to shut the fuck up or when you need to shut somebody the fuck up. And man, it's so wild to just be like, man, you have just never
The
ever
Tyson,
been
It's a
punched.
completely different world we live in.
Yeah. It's why it's insane.
the Tyson airplane
Holy
incident.
shit.
That dude's like poured water on Tyson.
Could you imagine standing
Oh
behind
my
Mike Tyson
God, I would have killed that
screaming?
kid. Would have killed him.
Like it's those bad fan interactions. Which fan interactions, they're fucking great. You love the people that got you where you are, that supported you along your journey. But don't be a fucking dickhead. Like,
Well, see, here's the deal. People think that if they pay a ticket and they get to enter, then they can act any way they want. Well, that's not really the case.
that's not society.
I headbutted a guy through a fence one time. That's the only time I've ever done.
that's a fair
That's just at your
sentence
kid's
I
5th
didn't
birthday,
put my
right?
hands on it.
You're just like, yeah,
Wham!
He shut the fuck up, didn't he?
Yeah,
yeah, real quick.
100%. Guaranteed. Never talk back again. Not to me.
I mean, not to anybody.
People
Like,
just
well,
don't learn. I mean, they don't, and there's not a situation to where they can learn because they'll call the cops on you. It's a different deal. It's a different world.
complain about you on
you have
Twitter.
to deal with people
Read.
differently. these
You
days,
do. Holy shit.
because that stupid motherfucker on the airplane is going to get paid. Probably.
I hope he doesn't.
I don't think he will.
You don't think so?
I mean, he poured water on the dude like that alone.
They have.
I mean,
that's the
it's-
video
that's
evidence
assault.
leading. Yeah, the
Yeah,
video
that's-
evidence
no way.
before. But it is sometimes easy. Man, that's that hard one. Really, just
Well,
like,
you got to
it's
listen to
fucking-
the court of
I put
public
good
law
money
at this
on
point.
that he ain't getting a penny.
Yeah.
That's. I hope. Fucking. That's.
I hope not. I hope they don't settle.
Can you
with him or
imagine a
some
world
shit.
where it's fun to trash talk Mike Tyson? Like,
What kind of an ignoramus would you be to talk shit to Mike Tyson?
That man is terrifying, no matter what
It's
age.
quite obviously someone who's never seen him fight,
No.
or was too young to have know who the hell. I mean, I
That
don't
dude
get it.
probably was like, you were in that movie, Hangover.
Exactly.
That's cool. I'm going to talk shit to this dude. It's like, weird. You got your ass beat by a professional boxer who destroyed people in
Literally,
his prime.
He's lucky he was alive.
It's insane, right? He didn't fucking ruin his face with a hit.
I love that before and after picture that he's just like, like homeboy got his ass beat. He's like, oh, that's what life is.
But I guarantee you he won't learn.
No, that fucker ain't gonna learn
Not a
shit.
chance.
That dude's too old.
So if you're on my plane, dude, don't come near me. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I don't. And still, I guarantee that's what's crazy to me. I'm like, I look at you, I'd be like, that's the dude I want to fuck with. Just, I mean, he tore his sleeves off of a perfectly good shirt.
I'm claustrophobic.
I'm not getting in his face. But there's dudes that would be like, fuck that dude. I'm gonna.
It's just
Start
like,
a fight.
I don't
He's
understand that
bigger.
logic.
He's bigger
I
than me.
just don't get it. You know?
The guy who was harassing him wasn't even like a big dude. Like, in what world? What did you think? He's like, I can't be touched. I'm safe right here. What?
Yeah.
This is my safe space bubble. You can't get me. What do you think fucking happened, man?
This isn't Twitter
The fact,
anymore.
that they don't, the fact that doesn't even enter his mind
That.
is amazing to me. It just shows you where we are.
Oh, read TikTok. TikTok, I've never seen. Thankfully, Savannah's TikTok, she shows me like all that stuff. I don't know if you've even looked at
I've never.
Don't run. It's brain rot.
that tactic. It is, yeah, it is that new
TikToks.
generation. And that's like, this is the first time I feel old because I look at that style of content. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But then you get to see yesterday's thing she showed me was a video, a psychologist post that was just saying it's like if you were left to make your kid cry it out. I think all of us did that. At least I did with
I did it
Ryden.
with my
like,
son.
yeah, you let your kid cry it out.
I don't have any kids. Fuck that.
You
Let your
thank
lizards
God.
cried out.
I love my
Your lizards and your cats.
Yeah.
They cry it out.
I just lock them in the bathroom and I'm like, shut the fuck up.
But
Nice.
it was saying that was terrible for your kids, and that's why they have anxiety and stuff in this day and age.
Kids, when I was,
was
when
like,
I was a
what?
kid, kids didn't even know what fucking anxiety was.
Right?
I didn't even know what a seatbelt was going on.
or a helmet.
Yeah, like none of that.
I woke up. It was like, all right, it's daylight. Get out of the house. Doors
Bingo.
shut. And I was gone until
that's it.
dark.
That's
Yeah.
it.
My parents would say, "Don't come back." Until
Yes.
dark.
And even then, it was like, all right, you got 2 hours after it's dark to make sure your ass is home. Like,
Yeah. And then we shot each other with BB guns
Yeah, that's it.
while riding bicycles.
Yes, we did that too.
absolutely. It's a different.
No helmet, no nothing. It's just a different day, man.
It's crazy when you look at that
soft.
stuff. Yeah,
You're
it
so soft. Holy
is
shit.
a soft.
Look at the military.
Oh, I know. I can't even picture like going from just being the idea of using the phone in the military now and basic. I remember that was becoming a cycle thing, and
Yeah.
then the red cards, because I was at that cycle transition before. We were still in BDUs. It was that last, and then they were
I was
going.
like the generation after you. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just that we're like, oh, and then people look at mine is soft, and I was like, damn. That's back in the day when they would like have drill sergeants and you just like drill sergeant and be like, what's this? It's like, it's cake. And they're like, ha! And they just
punch you in the face.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this is different military. And you get to see that transition.
Because now they can have like cell phones and stress cards and all that stuff.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck? Especially
Forget
when,
about that. How about the requirements?
oh yeah, like,
Comparatively, how many, they call it Hell Week or whatever it is. How many fucking people do you think that go through it now could have gone through it when you went through it?
No.
I mean,
It's
seriously.
different. It's
honestly.
absolutely 3/4 of class.
yeah, they go.
I'd say three. Like that. There's that last
Would
quarter.
fail.
No, I'd say the last quarter would fail. 100%. 3/4, I would say, because there was still because I went through like the generation. I went through in 2009, which is when you got out, right? Or you got out in 2008.
8, yeah, because you had the your red week. I don't even know what red week is anymore. Then you have your
red
last
week is your
year.
hell week. It is red,
Yeah.
red, white, blue. They call them now, and then you have your black gold phases, which is when you're leaving. I mean, it's probably different now because this was in 2009.
Everything's fucking different.
Yeah, exactly. But even that first week when I was there, you had people fucking crying and trying to quit and shit. And I know for a fact, 4 or 5 years prior, it was even harder because I was in that weird transitional phase. Like things were starting to change when I was in there. Like, and I couldn't even imagine seeing some of the dudes like just bawling their eyes out at night in a bunk with another fucking guy above them. Dude, straight crying.
There's no
screaming
way.
and crying.
What would have happened if that was during your tenure?
Oh, when we had our dudes, like, I told you guys stories about, like, the suicide watch people. They'd be like, I'm going to kill myself.
Oh,
It's
you're
hard.
gonna take the
And they're like,
shoelaces
got
and give 'em a
it.
crazy vest.
You're going to kill yourself? Okay, guess what? We have to have 6 people on guard just for him at night for 1 hour, and you have to rotate guard to watch him not kill himself at night. So we're like, this piece of shit just made me wake up an extra hour. Like, no one would say shit because you're like, oh, I'm going to make every motherfucker. And then that's the, hey, you're not killing yourself, right? So every 5 minutes, you're just like, hey, buddy.
Like
Wake
if he's
up.
got a concussion, make sure he's not sleeping.
So you're just like,
I'm just on suicide watch. I thought you had a concussion.
but that's literally like, and then that, I don't even know how that is because it was that. And that guy got.
We should have talked to Nico about that.
Oh, Nico would be a good one.
We
'Cause
should go through Army boot camp for a video.
Nope.
like,
I'd
like,
love to see that.
and
I'm
we
not
get.
going through it with
No.
Yeah, you'll
I'll
get
watch
military
it.
pay.
Nope,
Yeah,
nope.
you'll get paid.
I'm good.
$1,000 for 3 months of it. For 3 months of your
Oh,
life.
you were an E4 basic. Okay.
I was an E3.
Oh, E1 fuzzy boy and then E2 after. Fuck off. I didn't have any friends that would join, so I get. Bro, that was the weirdest shit. When you were joining, the recruiters would be like, "Yo, if you can get a couple people to sign up, we'll bump your rank." That was a thing, an incentive when I was joining.
Same.
That was for us too. Because I got E2 because I got a friend to join.
Imagine being that douchebag. It's like, hey man, you want to join with me? And they're like, okay. I'm like, yes, it's more. That's
You'll get
200
free
more-
college
200
and it's
more
dope
dollars.
as fuck. Both of my friends died that
Sorry, I fucked you up.
Sorry, I forgot to tell you that part.
but I got my E3.
But I got a promotion.
Dude,
Sorry.
if you think about that, that's the most fucked up shit.
That's pretty fucked up.
So you're
Talk about throwing you.
getting your buddies to join me.
And no one was 19.
Oh, God.
Yo, man, I gotta join the army. You want to join too? You don't even need to be in the infantry like me.
It won't ruin your life or anything.
Yeah.
The PTS, that's not real yet.
Yeah. Don't worry. It's called the surge. I don't know what that means. Yeah.
God.
War, you won't even have to. It's like, oh man, this got real fun.
Oh man, now I'm in war.
Literally,
I should have done this.
that happens like the first time. Everyone's like so eager for a gunfight, and you're like, fuck yeah. You're like going on that first, and then like on the way, and then like bullets are hitting the side of your vehicle, and you're like, oh man, I might have fucked up. Like dismount left, action right. I'm like, like running out to choo-choo. It's like, oh man, there's like 16 more months of this.
But it was fine after the first one.
Like you get a few reps in,
There
it
was
gets
an adjustment period. Yeah. Just like anything else.
Yeah, I got comfortable enough to fall asleep going to missions. I'd just be like,
Ping, 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 ping. Off the
and they'd be
fucking
like, dismount left. I'm like, just weapon on fire. I'm like, okay, let's go, buddies. But yeah, you just fucking fall asleep. You got so comfortable. The line which I tell you guys, it's like towards the end, you just do not give a fuck about like anything. You just see a line of cherries because we're smoking on the way to a mission. It's like, this is a high value target. There's
Glow,
a sniper
glow,
mark
glow,
to your
glow.
head. Don't care, it'll be in the head. Won't feel it. You just walk in a mission, like ashing everywhere. It was bad. Like we didn't give a fuck towards the end.
Right, obviously.
Like fuck, man. Yeah, I would not do that again for $1 million. I'm like, nah. You like romanticize it, and then you're like,
Then reality hits.
yeah, you're like, oh man.
reality be different.
Plus, if Iraq was like Hawaii, way better. Iraq's Iraq. It's 140 degrees during the day. It's fucking miserable, and you get a shower once every 20 days, 22 days. So you're just
Nice.
like, this is not worth $2,000 a
Not
month.
worth it.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's fun times. Never again.
Oh man,
Guys, let's,
Bill,
Sure.
when's the last time you played a video game?
oh my God. Yeah, this is a good question.
Maybe 3 weeks ago with my son.
Madden?
100%.
Yeah.
Are you a Madden player?
I was 3 weeks ago with my son. See, Madden when I was in the NFL, Madden was the hot shit, right?
Yep.
So everybody would play their own characters, right? Because I was at the Falcon, I was in the NFL, and everybody plays their own shit. Well, I didn't have.
Who did you get to play? Because you couldn't be yourself.
For me, it was different. Right?
Hot dog
it wasn't
simulator.
That much fun for me. Exactly. I was the vendor.
You see the guy on the sidelines with the dogs?
That's me.
He's a mini game.
I did have a number on my shirt, but you know,
That was it. How many games did you actually get a?
fuck, I don't know. Probably like 5 a year for my 3 years. So I played like 15, 20.
Okay,
games,
that's
something
not.
like-
That's fucking. That's respectable. Fuck.
I disrespect my career, but I mean, yeah, I got to play in some.
There we go. There we go.
Would you play video games with us? For a video? Not right now.
Depends
but
on
like,
what the video is.
what if we put him through some ridiculous video games?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea.
Someone who doesn't play video games.
Why
is
don't
like,
you make me play myself and have you kill me with the goofiest wrestling character humanly
Oh,
possible?
let's play Revenge.
I said.
I'm sorry. WrestleMania 2000 was a better game. It was a better game.
No, Revenge.
I don't give a fuck. You weren't on the cover of that one. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck. I'm putting my foot down. WrestleMania 2000 was a better N64 game. In the comments,
Revenge
all
had a
right.
better cover.
Revenge.
I'll give you that. In the comments, guys, what was better, Revenge or WrestleMania 2000? I'm just saying, it had the black cartridge.
what-
It looked fucking cool.
Yeah, but Revenge had a black cartridge too.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, they both did.
And you
All
had,
right.
you had fucking Bill staring down Hulk.
I mean, but
Oh, that was the NW.
Big
That
Show.
NWO. That was the NWO era. Fucking. That was that cover. Was like NWO Hulk, if I
Yeah, it was
remember right.
WCW NWO Revenge.
Yep. That was a crazy time
I
period.
remember that. Yes, it was a crazy time.
That was like the height of chaos.
It was unreal, man. You know, right when I broke in, it was the Monday Night Wars. It was just
That was my
pulling in
shit.
higher
Monday Night
ratings
Raw
than
was
Monday
my
Night
shit.
Football. It was crazy.
Damn.
That's why they moved Monday Night Football to 9 p.m. Because it was going head to head with our two shows.
That's
at 8.
fucking. It's just moving fucking American football to
That's
a
why
different
they
time
got,
slot.
Who was the comedian they got host or commentating the NFL at the time?
When was this? 98, 99?
Yeah,
Fuck, when was this? Yeah,
like
80s, late
99.
90s. Yeah, late 90s.
The stand-up comedian that had the TV show that was a commentator for Monday Night Football.
Fuck.
But they brought him in to get a different sector, you know, a different population watching it.
Different demographic to watch it.
Yeah,
You had
they
to pull
tried
in,
to steal
absolutely.
it from us, and it didn't work.
And they're like, no, this is bigger than that. Was that wrestling at its peak? Do you
Oh,
think?
yeah, I would say so.
Viewership numbers, everything wise, that was like, I think.
Merchandise.
Late 90s, early 2000s. That's when I watched. Like, I was a
huge.
fucking freak about Monday Night Raw. That was my shit.
Yeah, I can remember that's like part of my childhood is like those specific fights, all those big things where you're like, oh fuck,
I remember
like
Kane taking off his mask for the first time. That shit was wild.
fucking you getting tased.
Like, where were you when Elvis died? Well, I don't know, but when Kane took his mask off,
I was here.
That was fucking huge.
Was it Nash hitting you with a fucking taser?
Kane was
How'd
my
that
bro.
feel?
I love Kane.
it was.
Was that like how strong was that taser?
I wanted the one. The whole idea was that I wanted the one that shot in you, like a.
Oh, like a
Yes, I wanted that.
You on the barbs.
not the cattle prod.
%. If you're gonna take me down, then you got to take
Hear
me
that
down
demo,
with something
Matt?
real, right? Not a chance.
Oh, now it's okay.
No, it's not on national television. It's not my first loss in 176 matches, right? So yeah, that's what I called for, but they didn't want to do it, and so we had to go with the prod thing. But
It still would not have felt good.
no, it wasn't active, but still, comparatively, visually it wasn't near what the freaking barbs would have been.
Bars would have like. I just picture the like lock up and like as you're charging, you just like fucking.
Now, it would have been bad if I would have crapped my pants when that happened. But I did want that. I did want to do that.
Yeah, because the leaner you are, the more the currency flows through you.
Well, I wasn't very
Current flows
lean
through
at the
you.
time, so I think I would have been good.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, I see some people like drop. Some people are like, it's like mace and any of that stuff
I've
too.
never been hit with barbs. I've been fucking hit with a
I've
one of
only
the
been hit
handheld.
with the
fucking-
handheld.
Yeah.
I haven't been to the barbs, no.
I thought you were a police. Didn't you have to?
We didn't have tasers. We went hands on with people. We didn't use them.
Oh fuck! Sorry, hardcore.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I shot people.
I asked questions later.
Oh my god.
There was no taser.
No, they didn't have. They didn't have tasers when I policed. Oh, that wasn't a taser.
Fucking god! I hate those videos so much.
Close out, Baddie.
Baddie, let's hear the closeout.
Thank you for watching the Unsubscribed Podcast or listening to the Unsubscribed Podcast today. Of course, as always, we have DonutOperator, Eli Double Tap, myself, Baddie Streams, and our very fucking special guest, Bill Goldberg, who's in my house. I have Goldberg in my house right now. That's fucking wild.
The value finally went up on this place.
Honestly, yeah, this is as good as it's gonna get. It's all downhill from here. Thank you for watching.
No,
guys.
wait. Oh. Plug yourself, bro. What do we got? You got Goldberg's Garage. You got
Goldberg's Garage, man.
14 matches coming up.
YouTube channel, Goldberg's Garage, will be back up and running when these guys come out and shoot at the place, but it has to be finished first. So that's what's been the problem, and it's all good. A couple months we'll be up and running. Goldberg95 on Instagram, and none of the other shit really matters, to be honest with you.
huge TikToker.
Big on TikTok.
Ravago coming out soon, man. The hard seltzer that myself and Barrett Jackson and
I'm excited.
Shelby
about this.
family and everybody invested in.
The Shelby family?
No shit.
It's a big sponsor, and it is the official sponsor of the Professional Fight League.
And unsubscribe for $200,000 a year. Crazy.
Boom!
It's a verbal contract.
That he talked about.
Oh man! Bye everyone.
Bye, love you. Fucking great.
What the fuck?
Welcome to the podcast. That's how it goes.
It's really no different than what I do. Actually, I've got mine tomorrow, but all we do is talk about cars, so.